The Intel Department, Protocol Research Department, VR Training Center, Armory, Archives. In a towering 20-story building, various sectors with their own responsibilities exist. It offers a variety of services, all meticulously organized and fully equipped to support every aspect of a hunter's work and life.
Hunter's Watch HOS 11-4. Metaflux detection system has been updated to the latest version. Guidance for each floor has been uploaded. Use of the Sleepin' Pod has been approved, and access to the VR training center has been granted.
After performing a flurry of dazzling maneuvers on my watch, the spherical robot opens a compartment on its body.
The system log shows you had less than 4 hours of sleep last night. The quality was also extremely poor.
A console appears from the compartment, and it presents a small pillbox.
A special delivery. 1 drum reel.
I touched the bags under my eyes, my mind replaying the scene of that eye appearing by the window last night. I thought wanderers had appeared, so I rushed out of my home. Despite scanning the nearby area, I didn't find any abnormal traces of energy fluctuations. I'll try and dig up some info from the squad's files. I'll also be on the lookout tonight. Suddenly, a holographic screen appears and interrupts my thoughts. The adorable voice resounds in the room once again.
Alpha Team has special life insurance for its members. Please sign here.
Huh?
Alpha Team is on the 3rd floor. The office is next to the Mulberry Bridge. This is so in case of an emergency, you'll be able to arrive anywhere in Lincoln City within a few seconds. I need to go now. Have a great day.
The robot leaves, and I'm all alone. I turn around and see an empty office. Sunlight shines through the glass walls, illuminating a pile of untouched paperwork. A new recruit's equipment should be at their desk. Minus...
A newbie!
I hear a voice in the corner. A table appears from the shadows, and behind 3 rows of old widescreen monitors is a man with small eyes scrutinizing me. He must be my teammate. Hello, I'm
Stay right there.
hesitant. I don't move. I inadvertently look at the array of dark-colored monitors. It's rare to see such old-fashioned products in an era of rapid technological advancement. I guess they're mainly used to avoid small talk. The back of the monitors are plastered with dozens of portraits of wanderers, big and small. Handwritten notes containing all sorts of information are present. Among them is a familiar face. Isn't that a luminivore? The wanderers and the records are all rare. It seems this person is quite knowledgeable. Oh, right. What I saw outside my window last night. I walk up to the monitor and give it a few taps. Excuse me? May I ask a question? Do you think there are wanderers that can turn invisible or just disappear in a split second? It's okay if you don't want to answer.
What did you see?
As if a switch has been flipped, he suddenly springs up from behind the desk and walks over to me. Well, it's just...
Shh! Draw it.
His small eyes look surprisingly bigger as they fixated on me. He shoves a pen into my hand, its tip a flickering red light. A Brainmagle?
You know about them? This has the latest Kennel OS. It's fresh from the oven of our techies. The resolution is 3 times better than the previous version. Oh, I only use it for work. That's it. Look, here's the TSC security authentication code.
I nod and take the pen. I press the switch. Then the tip emits 3 green streaks of light, which coil around my arm. The memory of what was behind the curtain appears in my mind once more. The moment the pen touches the paper, lines begin to dance across it. In a matter of seconds, that fearsome eye is drawn out.
It's beautiful.
Huh?
I mean, it looks dangerous.
Recalling what I saw, I manually add a few more details. That's all I can remember.
Just leave it to me.
Nero, Andrew is looking for you.
The door swings open. Captain Jenna walks in. It seems she just returned from a mission.
Let me remind you that data analytics is on the 5th floor. If you prefer to hide here for some peace and quiet, you might as well request a transfer.
Nero doesn't dare to respond. He snatches the pen and paper from my hand and runs away without looking back. Ma'am,
Call me Captain like everyone else. Jenna works too. How's the paperwork? If there are any issues, you should speak up now.
everything's going well. But the squad,
It's normal for us not to be here. We don't need to sit in HQ all the time if there's no mission.
I see. Perhaps sensing my awkwardness, she smiles.
Relax. Yes, our job can be dangerous. But before any mission is assigned, Advanced Tech Labs considers the hunter's evol, overall capabilities, and efficacy. Of course, while efficacy can be measured, people are another story. Outside of urgent missions, you're allowed to pick and choose. Don't worry, you won't be forced to resign from Alpha Team on your first day.
Understood. Thank you, Captain Jenna. I feel a vibration on my wrist. As I lift my arm, the hunter's watch shows me the virtual user interface for missions.
Perfect. Advanced Tech Labs has a job for you. Hear them out first, then go take a look.
Yes, Captain.
Getting to that place will be tricky. I have a 270HM already parked by the Moveri Bridge for you.
Commission, Client Henry, status active, level B. Task details. Half a month ago, Mr. Raymond, a renowned collector in the city and the employer of our client, began to exhibit symptoms of mental confusion and other abnormal behavior. He locked himself in one of his collection rooms. After multiple diagnoses, the possibility of mental illness has been ruled out. Objective: investigate if there are any wanderers hiding in Raymond's mansion and eliminate them. Confirmed. The southeastern suburbs of Lincoln City are built near the sea and mountains. Many luxurious villas and holiday resorts can be found here. Its prosperity rivals that of the city center. Yet the renowned art collector, Mr. Raymond, chose to settle down in. This path seems to never end. The steep, winding road through the mountains near the western suburbs is lined with trees that could cover the sky. It's like you're in the wilderness. There's nothing to see, and you can't really go anywhere. If your car breaks down here, you'd be in a bind. Making a sharp turn, I notice a familiar car parked on the shoulder of the road. A tall figure stands beside it. As I drive past him, he turns around, and we lock eyes. I'm startled by who it is. Zane? I slam on the brakes and come to a stop. Then I remove my helmet.
You have that look on your face. What is it?
He walks to his car and opens the hood. White smoke billows out. I was thinking that maybe I should have been a fortune teller instead of a hunter. You should leave it be, just to be safe. The car's system has already called for roadside assistance. Unable to do anything else, Zane closes the hood, dusts off his hands, and then glances at the motorcycle behind me.
Are you already tackling a difficult mission when not even 2 days have passed?
It's not that bad. I'm just here to see if the client's home has any wanderers.
Raymond?
You know him? We're not going to the same place, are we?
Someone invited me.
So what are you going to do? You don't often see Zane stuck between a rock and a hard place. Stifling a laugh, I clear my throat and get on my motorcycle. I pat the back seat. Come on, let me do my good deed for the day. I'll take you there.
Will you be? Can your motorcycle do it?
Are you doubting my driving skills or this vehicle's capabilities?
Both.
Huh. Good luck climbing the mountain, Dr. Zane. Consider it workout. I start up the motorcycle, and the AR navigation system immediately plans out the route.
Advent Navy says you're 13.5 kilometers away.
At that moment, Zane sits behind me.
I need to return to the hospital later. Let's not waste any more time.
You're pretty good at going with the flow.
Adaptability is a virtue.
Alright, buckle up and remain seated. Keep your arms and legs at your side.
I'm aware.
As I step on the gas pedal, the speedometer needle jumps. Caught off guard, Zane jerks back. I quickly hit the brakes, but he ends up slamming into my back.
Could the driver think of her passenger's safety for a moment? Please?
We arrive at Raymond's mansion, and the ornate iron gate slowly opens. We're greeted by a desolate courtyard shrouded in eerie silence. The architectural style is of modern design and simplicity. A large pool surrounds it. The water's surface, a blanket of blue-green algae. Zane, are you a close friend of the owner?
He's a former patient of mine who has a serious congenital heart disease.
What kind of person is he? Is he friendly?
Nervous?
Is it obvious? Zane silently glances at me. A little. This is my first solo mission after all. Weren't you nervous when you did your first surgery?
If I said yes, would that make you feel better?
Yeah. A hint of mirth flashes in Zane's eyes.
I wasn't.
I want to stomp on his foot, but I hold myself back and stomp on his shadow instead. Entering the mansion, my surroundings seem to blur. What captures my attention is the fish tank in the center of the hall. There's no water in it. An odd skeleton sits in the center of the tank, and under the light, it appears dull and pale. Fin-like bones protrude from its pelvis. The skeleton lacks legs, its spine extending like a long string. Its pose is ominously beautiful, resembling a girl sitting cross-legged. This...
It's just art. Don't overthink it, Miss Hunter.
The butler suddenly appears. He bows before me and Zane. He doesn't question our arrival. He doesn't seem particularly interested in why we're here either. Hugging the fish tank is a spiral staircase that winds all the way to the ceiling.
Is he still in his collection room?
Everyone knows who he's referring to. Raymond.
Yes, on the 3rd floor. Dr. Zane, you've been here before, so please make yourself at home.
Zane nods. Then the butler turns to me.
Regarding the Wanderer inspection, Miss Hunter, do you need me to accompany you?
No, it's okay. I'd like to look around first. After the butler and Zane leave, I begin to explore the mansion. While the skeleton is suspicious, neither the Hunter's Watch nor my Evol can detect any metaflux from it. Maybe it's just a quirky decoration. I climb up the stairs. Above me is a collection room on the 3rd floor. Through the door, I can hear 2 people talking.
I've invited you to my home several times before. You only visit when I'm not feeling well. Dr. Zane, I wonder if you see me as a patient or just a subject for observation.
According to the OXO remote monitor, your vital sign data has improved. The equipment also determined your age to be far younger than what it actually is.
Aren't you curious about why I haven't died yet?
I'll admit I was for a time. However, it was nothing more than that.
The silence in the mansion almost amplifies every sound, making the conversation upstairs anything but pleasant. I'm hesitant about climbing up the steps. I'll wait for them to finish talking. I haven't even taken 2 steps when a bone-chilling laugh resounds, followed by a feeble coughing fit.
Your colleague praised you, saying there are things only the 2 of you can do. I'm very curious now. Xander Sciences will provide you with the best staff, the best lab, and even the best treatment. Dr. Zane, what you perceive as the limit of your talent is just another beginning in your career.
When you reach the finish line, I'll be right there cheering for you.
Lost in thought, I lean on the windowsill by the staircase, gazing at the chirping birds outside. The sound of footsteps brings me back to reality. I turn around to see Zane going down the stairs. He doesn't look away. On the handrail, his hand has countless faint scars.
Listening in?
Not really. It seems like someone is trying to headhunt you. You're good at not giving in to temptation.
Please don't put me on a pedestal. I'm just a normal doctor. I have no intention of straying from the path I've chosen.
Eavesdropping isn't exactly polite, especially when Zane's personal matters are involved. I steer the conversation in a different direction. a normal doctor who won the Starcatcher Award and is the youngest person to receive the Lind Award. I promise I'll never be late to your appointments in the future. I make a gesture to show I'm swearing on my honor as a joke. Zane reaches out to put my hand back at my side, but then an almost imperceptible ripple appears in the air, like someone plucked a cord. It's Metaflux. The resonance trail leads straight to the collection room. I run up the last few steps, and the Hunter's Watch confirms my suspicions. Metaflux is gathering at an alarming speed behind the heavy door. The current situation forces me to kick down the door. Raymond is sprawled out on the carpet, unconscious. The lights flicker as I sense an invisible pressure weighing down on me. The Wanderer is on the move. Zane, get him out of here. I'll handle this.
How long will you be able to last?
Shh. An icicle flies toward the Wanderer that appeared. In a blink of an eye, Zane is standing next to me.
Let's make this quick, shall we? Male, 39 years old. He collapsed from shock because a Wanderer appeared 5 minutes ago. No external injuries. His heart rate is normal and his pupils react normally to light. The address is...
After contacting a rescue helicopter, Zane helps the butler move Raymond to another room. The Hunter's Watch scans every corner of the collection room, sending data back to HQ. Intelligentsia type, estimated threat level to be at least B. Had yet to perform a protocore. There are no casualties or any metaflux. Over and out. A notification appears, telling me the mission is now considered complete, but I can't shake off this lingering feeling of unease. While the Wanderer has been dealt with, something's still off about this room. Huh? That's... A stunning old oil painting hangs on the wall opposite of the sofa. It depicts a brilliantly blue sea with cascading white waves. Each brushstroke feels alive, as if countless fairies are jumping out of the water. At the edge of the sea, the water is gradually stained crimson, like something is being torn apart, swallowed, and coalescing into a blood clot. What a peculiar painting. I try to scan it, but there's nothing. I place my hand on the frame and try to resonate with it. The gloomy weather, the sound of the ocean, a salty humidity slowly creeps into my hair. This is... I come back to my senses and realize I'm standing in the ocean. I turn around and spot a girl by the shore, the lower half of her body submerged in the water. Strange. It's almost like she's crying and laughing at the same time. The swirling fog carries a faint ethereal melody on the sea breeze. It sounds like a song, yet is also alarming. I can't help but move toward her, but the fog becomes increasingly dense, and everything begins to blur. A chilling cold gradually surrounds me.
Snap out of it.
I blink a few times. I'm back in Raymond's collection room.
Did something catch your eye? You were in a daze.
Zane frowns, holding a cup that's been completely frozen. Speechless, I touch my neck. Seriously? You've been smacking it against my neck?
The teacup didn't work, so I had no choice but to increase the dosage. What happened?
I shake my head and look at the painting again. A metaflux-infused painting causing hallucinations? Could this be why Raymond was acting strange? Was it also the Wanderer's hiding place? The rescue helicopter arrives and takes in the unconscious Raymond. Zane insists on accompanying him to the hospital.
Take care. Try not to forget the time of your next checkup.
I know. Don't forget about your car. Make sure it gets repaired.
Thank you.
Watching the helicopter disappear into the clouds, I let out a sigh of relief. I turn on my comms again and look at the mansion. Mission HMU 0048 3015. Coordinates are my current location. There's an oil painting that needs special treatment. The oil painting is taken back to HQ. I sit down on a chair at data analysis as Dara skillfully pulls up information from various databases.
There wasn't a lot of metaflux to extract. It'll be a while before the analysis gives us any useful info.
Can we figure out where the painting came from?
Already ahead of you. Sold from an art gallery called Flux Arts. It's owned by Thomas. He's a professional art broker. The painting's artist is Raphael.
Raphael?
He's pretty famous, always on the news. Probably why you've heard of him before.
Beep. The transmission is complete. Terra's synchronized data appears on my hunter's watch. Raphael, 24 years old, an artist who returned to the country at the start of this year, is a once-in-a-century genius. Records show Raphael came back from a trip not too long ago. He's an odd one. No one knows his background or his hometown. He rarely interacts with other artists.
Industry insiders say Raphael locks himself in his studio for half the year, then spends the rest of his time traveling the world for inspiration. As for his paintings, just last month, his art broke the record for highest selling price at Lizio auctions. An artist of this caliber, meeting him in person might be challenging.
I skimmed through a long list of awards before stopping to look at a photo of him. A sense of deja vu washes over me. He's that rambling weirdo with a fish. The photo is a good shot, through the glass and in the middle of a crowd. It captures the moment he turns to look at the camera. He seems to be smiling, yet there's a subtle aloofness. He's quite different from the person I met at that time. Might be challenging. Still means there's a chance. Where is the gallery located? The next morning, the Hunters Association arranges a meeting with Thomas. He's not only the owner of Flux Arts, but also Raphael's agent. Aside from running the gallery, he handles all external affairs for this artist. Since Raphael refuses visitors, Thomas is the only ticket to meeting the man himself. A white building stands tall in the city's central business district. Flux Arts is on the highest floor.
I'm sorry. Thomas is dealing with an emergency right now. If you're not in a hurry, he said you could walk around the exhibition as you wait.
Thank you very much. After giving me a guidebook, the staff member quickly leaves. In the exhibition, the snow-white walls are bare. The overhead lights cast a soft light on them. The more I walk around, the more empty and lonely this place is. There doesn't seem to be any fluctuations. A spotlight illuminates a large oil painting taking up half a wall. As I get closer to it, I can see each delicately painted brushstroke, the different colored layers representing the sea. This painting is...
The Day of Ebbing.
A voice from who knows where echoes through the large exhibitions. It sounds familiar. I look around, but the hall is empty.
Every year there's a day when the tides go against the ocean currents, and using the night's countercurrent, creatures from the deep sea are washed ashore. Once the tides recede at dawn, they return home. As a result, everything they met that night turns into distant memories of the surface world. Some deep-sea creatures are obsessed with the world outside the ocean, desiring its warmth. They stubbornly wait for the sunrise before returning, all just for a sun they've never, ever seen before.
Who are you? The person stops talking. Seconds turn to minutes before he responds in a languid tone.
Hey, I'm Raphael. This is my art exhibition.
The exhibition hall is silent. The hologram projector casts a soft glow, as if to reflect faint particles in the air. Are you... You're Raphael himself? Where are you hiding?
I'm the embodiment of his inspiration and thoughts, more or less.
His voice is cold, yet laced with a hint of nonchalance. Ah, it's an AI. Will you answer any questions I ask about the paintings?
Yeah, sure. If I know the answer, that is.
Well, I'd appreciate it if you could show me around. After turning a few corners, I find myself in a separate exhibition room, but there isn't anything on the wall. According to the guidebook, the painting that's supposed to be here is the one Raymond purchased.
The painting can't be properly displayed at the moment, so we're just gonna use some fancy hologram tech.
A beam of light shines from above onto the wall. Colors chaotically mix together on this makeshift canvas. Waves with white sea foam appear, the azure ocean rippling out and revealing a gradient of colors from the water's surface to its depths. It feels similar to the painting I saw in Raymond's mansion, but not quite. So, what's the story behind this painting?
A dream.
His voice is suddenly softer, carrying an indescribable sadness.
When I was a kid, I had dreamed I turned into a fish. I swam and swam and swam from the deep sea, seeking a place beyond the water's surface, only to end up in blood-red seawater.
The light shifts in with his voice, casting a shimmering gleam. It's like looking at the glittering waves. The room seems to ebb and flow like the sea. A pinkish hue gradually shifts into a dark crimson. Why did the sea turn red? He doesn't answer my question. Maybe he didn't detect any important keywords, so he's just kept talking.
It was the first time I ever saw such a color. Who knows how many years I've spent trying to recreate it, but I never really could get that same shade of red. It was always a slightly different hue, you know?
For some reason, I can almost hear the faint melody from Raymond's mansion again.
Sorry, miss.
Huh? The lights in the exhibition hall return to normal, and the hologram vanishes, as if waking from a dream. I turn around to see a man standing behind me. He must have approached me when I wasn't looking.
I'm Raphael's art gallery manager, Thomas.
Thomas leans back in his uniquely designed chair, crossing his legs. His leather dress shoes shine. He motions for me to sit down across from him. I fill him in on what transpired at Raymond's mansion. I even mention the Wanderer being possibly connected to the painting. Thomas's face turns pale, but he quickly regains his composure.
So you're suggesting Raphael might have messed with his own painting?
It doesn't matter if he's responsible or not, since the Wanderer could have been in his studio, Raphael himself, and even your gallery might be in danger. Please, tell me everything you know. Thomas rubs his expensive cufflinks, hesitating. Takes a while before he finally speaks.
Mr. Raymond, a renowned art collector famous for his discerning taste, graced Flux Arts with his presence last month. Despite the gallery being filled with better paintings, he was utterly smitten with that one. He needed to buy it. Had to nag Raphael before he finally agreed to sell it. During the process of arranging, displaying, and selling the painting, more than a dozen people have been in contact with it. No one mentioned anything about a wanderer.
But what if someone starts to hallucinate because of his art? Thomas pauses for a moment, then bursts into a fit of laughter.
What a nice compliment. Making people literally go crazy over artwork isn't something many artists can pull off these days.
Are you saying he's trying to cause drama to increase the value of his work? Thomas clears his throat and rubs his nose.
I wish. If Raphael cared about that stuff, my job would be a piece of cake. Wait until you meet him. You'll see what I mean. He did mention something a while back, said he often heard strange noises in the studio late at night. I thought he was trying to trick me. Mondays, Wednesdays, Fridays, he's sick. Tuesdays, Thursdays, Saturdays, a wanderer showed up. Could you do me a favor and check if there's actually a wanderer at his studio? I would love to see the tomfoolery he plans to do next.
A thread of light quivers in the air. The sudden metaflux fluctuation draws my attention to a display case by the wall. What are those over there? He looks over his shoulder.
Oh, coral stones. Raphael uses them for his paint. Are you interested in them?
Walking up to the display case, I see the stones are a vibrant red, almost like blood. I pick one up. This is the source. Can I take it with me when I see Raphael?
Sure.
Thomas looks over to the French window. Outside is beautiful scenery as far as the eye can see. I look at where he's pointing. In the distance is a gorgeous ivory structure extending toward the sea.
Visit the giant white building over there on White Sand Bay. That's where he lives. His memory is non-existent, so the door's open. You can just walk right in. Could you tell him to hurry up on that painting he's working on? I already sold it to someone.
He's here, right? I sense energy traces behind this door.
Who is it? The studio's closed. Wait, aren't you the hunter from before? You... Move!
You!
Ow, whoa, 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 whoa! Let go! Let go of me! I really can't tell if it's destiny or bad karma for us to meet again after 2 days. Anyway, you're not here to check on the fish, are you?
You know that I'm a hunter, right? I'm here to deal with the Wanderer problem.
Oh? I had no idea there was something dangerous at the studio. Ah, wait. Now I remember. I did hear some weird noises while I was painting earlier. It was very annoying. Thomas sent you, huh?
A Wanderer chewing on his canvas? Could be connected. So where are they?
I'm not an animal that can use my ears to locate some prey. It's probably downstairs, upstairs, or somewhere else. In any case, wanderers are everywhere. Literally. I even heard there's one that's sort of like a lemon. Am I wrong? One time I dreamt about slimy rainbow-colored wanderers. The
He
paint
likes
can't
to
be
talk a lot.
mutating, right?
Unlike the Raphael in those magazine interviews. Is this what you use to make your paints?
Thomas let you have it?
Other than rocks, do you use anything else that's weird?
Well, nothing is weird if you can get color from it. Fine. Do mummy bandages count? Different refinement processes don't necessarily produce the same tint of brown,
That's
though.
not what I meant. What else is there?
You've asked me so many questions. Yet you're not here to solve my issues, are you?
What are you?
I've only used this batch of coral stone pigment for one painting.
So you knew about Raymond. His erratic behaviors related to you.
What sort of twisted logic is this? And why are you only thinking about everyone else? I'm a victim too. Also, that coral stone is mine. Give it to me, now.
You're not going to tell me the truth, are you? If your art causes any more problems, it won't be just me next time.
Really? A hunter can only be patient for 3 minutes? I wasn't done talking. Let me check first. I also would like to know if the problem here is the coral stone.
It's hot. Illusions.
Well, that explains why I started hearing things right after getting a paper cut.
Fluctuations. Do you have a lot of valuables here?
Depends on who you ask.
Answer me.
Not really.
Then you should hide. Now. Leave the Wanderer to me.
Excuse me? This is my house. You should be the one hiding. Don't damage my treasures.
The metaflux is stronger. Is it because of Raphael's blood?
Looks like they're all A-okay. The Wanderer was nice enough not to harm them.
I see this coral stone is imbued with some metaflux. Where did you get it?
You can't just buy coral stones from the market. I might have bartered with the Sardinian locals, or maybe...
Your memory cannot be that bad.
Want to check my collection log?
You have a log?
There are millions of colors. Some people even create samples of their own paint. If there's actually a problem with the source, how are you guys gonna deal with it?
Investigate. Might have to close off the area.
I won't just give it to you for free, unless we get an alternative. Coral stones can be found near Lincoln City. I was planning to have a look-see. It's a shame I got injured today. I can't even lift a paintbrush. I'll be in trouble if I encounter any danger.
All right. What do you want?
I saw how you fought, quick and precise. That final strike was unlike anything I've seen before. If you could be my bodyguard.
What?
Protect me on our journey together. If we find an alternative, I'll happily give you what's in my hand right now. Don't worry, I can wait. Consider this a private commission from yours truly. The door is over there.
This mission is too important. So, I have no choice but to play along for now. All right, I'll do it. But don't push your luck.
Great, I'll let you know the time and place. My safety is in your hands.
I look out the train's window. The scenery rapidly fades into the distance.
Due to the frequent appearances of wanderers, property values surrounding Imperial Ring District 23 have plummeted. Experts are calling on hunters to address the issue. Skyhaven Aerospace Academy's opening day is just around the corner. Those interested in a campus tour can sign up on the official website.
Above the glass dome of the train, looming, metallic skyscrapers gradually appear. The neon lights flicker in the rain, their kaleidoscopic colors reflected on the windows. The coral stone's metaflux is faint, It must not be easy to detect, huh?
Don't worry, I'll let you know the results as soon as we get them. But we did stumble upon something new at the abandoned research base. Interested?
What did they find? A box with illegally sold protocors?
No. A stele! It's got all these weird patterns and symbols. They found it in the area we've been keeping an eye on.
But wasn't the base specialized in researching protocors? How did this happen?
Who knows? Sadly, part of it blown up. Nero mentioned something about it.
As the train enters the tunnel, a whistle reverberates. Kara's voice becomes muffled. And alongside the sharp noise are ripples in the air. Something's not right. I look up, the glass dome reflecting wary faces illuminated by the screen's glow. It's evening rush hour, and the train is mostly filled with office workers and students.
What is that?
Amidst the panic, the train exits the tunnel. At the moment accompanied by an alert from the Hunter's watch, a shadow passes the dome.
It sounds pretty loud over there. Is something happening?
There's a wanderer outside the train. Sync up with my position, now.
Got it. Switching to the emergency comms channel. Stay on your toes.
We are approaching Universum Station. Please get ready to exit the train. Passengers should use the doors on the left.
The energy fluctuation monitor inside the station has already sounded the alarm. I quickly leave the train and grab the arm of a staff member who was pushed to me by the crowd. I'm a hunter from unicorns. Evacuate everyone. Until the alarm is lifted, do not let anyone re-enter the station. The young man with silver hair stands in front of a vending machine. He moves his wrist near the green code scanner. Click. He slowly bends down. He's waiting for the energy drink to roll into the compartment, seemingly oblivious to the chaos around him.
You got a new mission. Go help out your new teammate.
Hey, young lady, you can't go there.
When he lifts his head, a figure enters his line of sight. They gracefully walk on the train's dome and leap over the platform, landing several meters away.
We didn't expect things to escalate so quickly. I've sent you the rendezvous coordinates. You'll also receive her personal info.
The hunter fastens the strap to the specialized hunter zipline and gives it a strong pull. Shh! It disappears. A dot in the night sky.
No need to bother. We've met before.
You know her already? Regardless, her abilities are unique compared to the rest. You need to protect her.
Xavier looks up, staring at the dark clouds in the sky that have encroached over the city.
She doesn't need protection.
Lightning illuminates the night. Thunder roars as heavy rains engulf the neon-lit Lincoln.